Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Good evening. Well, this is very kind of short. I just want to congratulate this Armenian gentleman. His name is Krikor Der-Hagopian. He was appointed, well, the way they say it says Iraq tapped Krikor Der-Hagopian as first Armenian Christian ambassador to U.S. Baghdad picked up the US-educated American Christian advisor as envoy to Washington, underscored the bid to reset US-Iraqi ties and broaden the country's diplomatic profile. For every Armenian, it's a happy day. Why? Because Armenians, in every country they live, they are very loyal. I'm talking about Western Armenians. I don't know about the Armenian from Russia or others different. But I know from Western Armenians, we have so many Armenians in many, many government positions, different countries, because we are very loyal with the country we live in. You know, we become welded into the system. In US, we had like governors, Dugmegian, and we had many levels. I just can't think of a few in my head, but in every other countries too, that we had those Armenian people. Except in Armenia, they're not allowed to vote. They're not allowed to be in a position. They just want Armenian to go there, build school for them, build universities for them. You know, that's what Armenian, but no, you're not allowed to hold a position, you know. And Armenia never appointed any Armenian from diaspora in any position. This is why I wanted today to talk about this, because it's really, it hurt when those successful Armenian people in diaspora, you know, they're all multi-billionaire now. In fact, Armenia has become like, I don't know, everywhere. Even in Russia, you could see how many billionaires there are, you know, and they're very loyal to the country they live in, except in Armenia. Especially when you have now this pro-Turk evil guy, Pashinyan. He even ruined it. First thing he came in power, he closed Armenian diaspora, Ministry of Diaspora. So this is why I have to say is that we Armenian so we respect lots of Arabs, because our families, when they came, the Arabs opened their door, they facilitate everything, you know. So that's why Armenians, their children grow up loyalty to the country. In Syria, in Iraq, in Jordan, everywhere in the Middle East, even in Europe, in England, in France. So many people in France, they have positions, you know. Even in Turkey, you know, Armenian developed their Turkish language. They didn't have language before. They were using Arabic language, you know. So, you know, even now there are some people in Turkey, they have good position, except Armenia. In Armenian, this is the problem of Armenian in Yerevan. They have this hatred, not only by the diaspora, even for their own people. They have this hatred, especially people like Pashinyan. It's full of revenge and hate, you know. So I really wanted to take this opportunity to talk about this, because it's hardening. It's very hard to believe. Every Armenian says, motherland, fatherland. It's all BS. Where can you have a motherland, fatherland? They don't even recognize you, you know. So this is the problem in Armenia. It's their mentality. It's their sick-minded, you know. They did this to many years. Always we had this. You know, if you say you go in Armenia, if you say Tashna, oh, they destroyed Armenia, they are this and that. But yet, a criminal like Pashinyan, they think he is the God. What do you say about those people? So anyway, so this is my take on this, and I congratulate to the ambassador. It's nice to have Armenian ambassador there And I think Iraqi people deserve it. Iraqi people are really, really good people, very good people. All Arab countries. There is no Arab countries they don't welcome Armenian. They trust them. In fact, if their car doesn't work, they say, take it to an Armenian guy. This is how much respect they had for Armenian. But unfortunately, all those wars and that the West created, so they had to leave, because they didn't want to become another victim. You could see in Artsakh what happened, those Armenian. In Artsakh, the enemy within, Pashinyan, created this war, and he destroyed life of hundreds of thousands of Armenian in there. But what do you do? In my book, Pashinyan, Talat Pasha, exactly the same. There is no difference. Both of them massacred Armenian. Both of them created refugees. And so I have to say this too. So I like to thank you for watching. Please share. And then if you are watching this on YouTube, please go there and subscribe. We appreciate that. And like. And, we got lots of messages from people, why don't you talk about this or that? Or there are some people like they want to come, but we need to know what you want to talk. You just don't want to come here and decide what you're going to talk about it, So we have lots of good people sometimes comes and they have to say. So we have soon, maybe we're going to have a gentleman from Glendale. He wrote a book about Armenian genocide, and hopefully soon he'll be here. We're waiting for his book to get here. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day, a nice evening. Well, nice day in Armenia, but or all other countries. But it's evening in California. All right, take care. All the best. See you soon.